Ruy Lopez opening, Berlin, El Hermit, Berlin wall defense, 9.nc3. Balanced, neither player ever had an advantage. That game was pretty competitive. Both players had an amazing opening. That was an incredible middle game by both players. Sharp games are frequently the result of starting with the king's pawn, since it dominates the center and frees up the bishop and queen on the light squares. A typical answer is e5, which builds a position in the middle, controls d4, and frees up the queen and bishop on the dark square. The move nf3 advances the knight toward the center, engages the e5 piece in combat, and sets up a castle. nc6 defends the pawn on e5, advances the knight toward the center, and scans the d4 square. The Ruy Lopez opening develops the bishop to immediately attack the knight on c6, the lone defender of the e5 pawn. nf6 advances the knight and engages in an attack on the exposed e4 pawn. Castling gets the king out of the center and activates the rook. nxe4 captures the e4 pawn and places the knight in the center of the board where it controls many important squares. d4 opens up the center, attacks the e5 pawn and allows the dark squared bishop to develop. d6 retreats the knight to a central square where it attacks the bishop on b5. bxc6 captures the knight and forces black to double the c-pawns. dxc6 captures the bishop, opens up the d-file and allows the light squared bishop to develop. dxe5 captures the e5 pawn, attacks the knight on d6 and controls the f6 square. nf5 moves the knight to an active square where it controls d4. qxd8 plus trades queens and stops black from castling. kxd8 recaptures the queen. The d5 and e4 squares are under the control of nc3, which advances the knight into the center. It is the final book action. By doing this, a bishop moves out of its beginning square and into the action. That's good. Now that the rook is on an open file, it is easier to control squares all over the board. That's good. This avoids the rook's check. It is quite good. Very precise. It is best. The best choice is this one. It is ideal. Perfectly on point. It is ideal. By growing a bishop from its initial square, this activates it. It is ideal. That's a decent move. That's good. It's alright. That's good. While not a mistake, that is also not the wisest course of action. That's good. As a result, the bishop may now control more squares because it is in a better position. It is ideal. The knight can now control more squares as a result. It is ideal. A wise decision. It is quite good. What I would have advised is that. It is ideal. This shifts the bishop to a square with more activity, giving it greater scope. That's good. This mobilizes the knight, allowing it to control more of the board. It is good. Balanced, neither player ever had an advantage. That game was pretty competitive. Both players had an amazing opening. That was an incredible middle game by both players.